Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother Ali here in St. Louis today, once again with our distinguished guest from the city of Chicago, Brother Muhammad Abdullah al-Maliki. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And as Ali TV looks at the various issues of the Muslims of America, of course, Chicago is very central to the American Muslim experience. Being from St. Louis, brothers take Muslim vacations to Chicago. They go up there to go to the halal restaurants, to buy Islamic items, etc. And as the urban, grassroots, inner-city Muslim community is concerned, one of the most intriguing aspects of Islam in Chicago is the history of the street tribes in Chicago and how it relates to Islam and the relation between the Muslims and the street gangs of Chicago. So, brother, first, let's get an introduction into the basic history, basic overlay of the street gang situation in Chicago. You have the two big factions, and then you have various other aspects, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Right. You have one which is what they would call the folk nation, which is the disciples, right? And then the people, the vice lords, and those with them, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
And how did Islam first begin to influence these organizations?
Well, so first of all, Chicago is basically the mecca of every organization, throughout history in America. The Black Panther Party, SNCC, the incorporated conservative vice lords back in the late 50s, early 60s. It was the only street gang in Chicago that became incorporated. Which years later, from going into various, brothers going into various institutions, state institutions, being exposed to Islam, the Nation of Islam is pretty big in Chicago as well. It was one of their main bases, headquarters, so to speak. Everyone knows this is well known. Among the African American community, the Black Peace Stone Rangers, it was very active. Imam Ali Kaba, also known as Jeff Fort, in the 60s, he was very, very active, on the political scene in regards to, having a no vote campaign that, that negated a Democratic candidate from becoming the president that was promoted by the mayor at the time, the father, Mayor J. Daley, who was called Shoot to Kill Daley, back in the late 60s, early 70s, which he was the mayor for like 20 years. The vice lords and the Stones, generally, they was receptive to Islam. You follow what I'm saying? To the point where the vice lords, they had put al-Fatiha in their literature, as the food prayer, and the Stones, as became instrumental into going into Islam through the Moorish Science Temple. But not all of them, went into the Moorish Science Temple. Only those who had followed Imam Abdullah Kaba at the time, Jeff Fort. But what he had did when he accepted Islam pseudo-Islam through the Moorish Science Temple, he only took factions, of what the Moorish Science Temple offered. The Constitution and bylaws, the additional laws, some of the prayers, and then he had formulated from his studying of al-Islam and more science, he had formulated a lesson called Chief Malik lesson. Okay. Which is basically a breakdown of history, of the name or what the symbolicness of the word Blackstone, and what the Blackstone was, using one of the articles of the Constitution and bylaws, Article 6, I believe, along in that lesson, and giving a brief history after that. You follow what I'm saying, about not integrating, with the European nation, and the Africans was a holy and divine nation. Of the first religious creed, meaning meaning the forefathers, not the forefathers of the slave, but the forefathers of where, you know what I'm saying, where the slaves come from. You know what I'm saying, which, you know what I'm saying, the political scene never stopped. You know, so, and I want to say in like the early 80s, you know what I'm saying, the street tribes, the folks, the gangster disciples, they had went into a metamorphosis as well. You know what I'm saying, by to they had political education classes, you know what I'm saying, in the penitentiary when they switched over from BGDN to growth and development. You know what I'm saying, they had PE classes and a new set of blueprint that they called it, to where, you know what I'm saying, they politicized them. As a result, majority of these brothers, you know what I'm saying, that was from the gangster disciples, they became Muslim. You know what I'm saying, like now in the late 90s, early 2000s, a lot of brothers that's been Muslim for like 5-10 years, they come from the gangster disciples, you know what I'm saying, or the black disciples. You follow what I'm saying, or the black gangsters, you know what I'm saying. Now, you know what I'm saying, in the institutions, because, you know what I'm saying, you have the Salafi Dawah in the Fed joint, you have the Imam Warbdeen Muhammad Community Dawah in the state joint, and the Nation of Islam. Everyone has been made aware, you know what I'm saying, of Islam. You follow what I'm saying? But the most intricate, you know what I'm saying, influential, you know what I'm saying, figure, you know what I'm saying, in Chicago, Imam Abdullah Kaaba, which, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion, a lot of the African American imams in the city, they, you know what I'm saying, they actually, in my opinion, they are intimidated by him. Why? Because the influence that this man has, is that this imam has, even though he may not have a whole lot of Islamic knowledge, but he is a known leader, you know what I'm saying, and a known organizer, you know what I'm saying, to where, you know, he understood the makeup of his people. And, you know what I'm saying, during the 80s, he had accepted Islam in like 83, you know what I'm saying. After he had accepted Islam in 83, one of the brothers that was under his tutelage, who had accepted Islam a little bit earlier in like 1980, 1981, he had arranged for him to meet this sheikh that's from Pakistan, that's from Ahlul Bayt, you know what I'm saying, that could give you his silsila of Ahlul Bayt, back from his mother being Husseini and his father being Hassani, that he had told him, stay here in Pakistan, learn your deen, let this brother go back to America and teach, you know, teach your people, you know what I'm saying, lead your people, you know what I'm saying, and instruct your people in the development of the deen. You follow what I'm saying? When Imam Malik seen how the Muslims was living in Pakistan, he said, well, I never really ran from these people, let me go back. So he came back and turned himself in. As a result, the brother who he had instructed, you know what I'm saying, that this sheikh had instructed to go teach, you know what I'm saying, teach his people, he still, you know what I'm saying, he still did, you know what I'm saying, 1 or 2 brothers or 4 or 5 brothers, you know what I'm saying, still gave them the benefit of helping them, you know what I'm saying, learn their deen. You know what I'm saying, as a result, Imam Malik, he was getting, you know what I'm saying, brothers from Imam Jamil al-Amin community. You know, he used to come, going to the prisons to give dawah. You know, he used to come, give him dawah. They used to come to Masjid al-Malik, you know what I'm saying, in various Jumu'ahs, you know what I'm saying, give dawahs. Imams from Cleveland, from North Carolina, you know what I'm saying, and so on. You know what I'm saying, as a result, Imam Malik, you know what I'm saying, is one of the imams of Imam Jamil al-Amin community. You follow what I'm saying? And his, you know what I'm saying, Allah Ta'ala knows best. If he bless him to come home, then the effect of how many Muslims that's in Chicago that respect Imam Malik for being, you know what I'm saying, who he is, political activist, you know what I'm saying, helping the community, you know what I'm saying, giving a sense of awareness, you know what I'm saying, of ourselves and who we are. You follow what I'm saying? They will gravitate towards him. You follow what I'm saying? And he, you know what I'm saying, he would instill trying to develop, you know what I'm saying, develop programs and institutions, you know what I'm saying, to help our people. You follow what I'm saying? Because when you look at our people, you know what I'm saying, all people need Islam. But when you look at the makeup of the African American community all over the country, you follow what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, they subjected to the very, you know what I'm saying, ills in society that keep them stagnated. You follow what I'm saying? So this is a little brief history, you know what I'm saying, about how, you know what I'm saying, that Islam has developed, you follow what I'm saying, among the street tribes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Those, you know what I'm saying, who whether they recognize that, you know what I'm saying, that era of their development, you know what I'm saying, coming from the street tribes and what they learn from it, and those who don't recognize it, you know what I'm saying, try to veer away from it. You know what I'm saying? It's been many brothers that give dawah to, after you accept Islam, disassociate yourself from the street tribe or the mentality that you come from. Well, you know what I'm saying, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he said that, you know what I'm saying, the best in Jahiliyyah will be the best in Islam with understanding. You know what I'm saying? The best in Islam with understanding. The one with understanding knows where he come from and the dynamics of, you know what I'm saying, the people, who he has to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Certain aspects of Jahiliyyah in that regard, you know what I'm saying, will make you the best in Islam, because you have understanding that this type of Jahiliyyah, you know what I'm saying, this type of character that you had in Jahiliyyah can be a benefit to Islam. You follow what I'm saying? Just like Khalid ibn Walid, and before he accepted Islam, you know what I'm saying, throughout his life, when he was, you know what I'm saying, 8 years old, his father, you know what I'm saying, cultivated him in learning, you know what I'm saying, learning about war, learning about strategy. You follow what I'm saying? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used him in the battle of Uhud. You know what I'm saying? So this is what the Prophet ﷺ was talking about, you know what I'm saying, in regards to the best in Jahiliyyah would be the best in Islam with understanding. You know what I'm saying? And who, you know what I'm saying, who is better than to take Islam to the people, you know what I'm saying, than those that come from the street tribes.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? And not, you know what I'm saying, look down upon that level of development that Allah Ta'ala used. Even in fact, you know what I'm saying, Allah Ta'ala used that experience to guide them to the truth, to guide them to the haqq. You follow what I'm saying? So, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, this is Muhammad Abdullah Amin, and I approve this message.
MashaAllah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are happy to have him here in St. Louis today. And let's recognize that we have many Muslims who came from the street gang background, and we have many that can take that da'wah back to those they came from and can be a strong influence for Islam in America. And no greater example of this than that of the city of Chicago. Assalamu alaikum.